Hello there, once again, Santon from Anton Obey. Thank you for stopping by the collection room. Today I'm going through some comics, and it looks like a batch of older AC reprints. Let's just take a look at these. I think I've picked these up before, and it's like ones that if I see them, I buy them. So this is Black Phantom #1. Classic reprints from ye olden times. Typically all black and white. Art and stuff by Dick Ayers. Beautiful art. Very dated though. The small box panels, you can tell it's probably a 40s or 50s comic. That's how they did it back then. Black Phantom's looking great. The art in these looks pretty swell. There's not a ton to be said. They just pack a lot in on a little page. Pretty much a good Western book. Was never wild into Western comics. But still, when it comes to certain genres of reprint, it doesn't really matter if I'm into it or not. I'm going to pick them up just because. And typically, if it's an AC comic, it gets picked up. I imagine this was probably originally color and was probably extraordinarily vibrant looking. I know you probably lose a little bit of the magic when you switch to a black and white, although some of that just looks so intense. Somebody spent like amazing time on these. And I've only got 1 and 3. I don't think I've ever come across issue #2, Black Phantom, of the reprints. Pretty sure that is not a reprint. Because usually, yeah, story by Bill Black, art, Nick Northey. Usually when you got something by Bill Black, this is later reprint, or later published stuff. Oof. That's a pretty thin book. And you could tell just by the art and the style of the art that this is a later production. I probably wouldn't see art that looks this way probably in the 40s quite so much. Size of the panels. Content. Barbie Bar Raiders. B-Barbie Raiders. I think this is some classic reprint stuff. That is a big fat man. A big fat man. And that panel, he really looks like John Candy or something. Just the facial expressions and everything. Like I said, not a big Western fan. I'm into them more if they're color. Something about the Western comics, the color really makes them pop. Of course, color makes everything pop, but let's see. It is what it is. I also got Blue Bulleteer #1. I'm pretty sure I have a couple issues of this, but it's one, like I said, when you see these, you buy them. You don't, even for like $2 or $3 in a bin, if they're in there, I'm not gonna leave them. Not AC stuff. I just don't leave it. It's one of the books that, if it is at all reasonable priced, it's probably gonna get grabbed. It needs to. Because it's just too hard to find, guys. This stuff is hard to find. Blue Bulleteer, Lady Luger. They never shy away from fighting Nazis. The AC Comics universe. See, this is popping. It would be more popping in black and white, but I'm still happy with it. I mean, you get massive sized panels, big open shots, not stuff that's like super small and boxed in and overly drawn in and overly wordy. Now you can tell you're in a reprint because I just look at the sheer amount of dialogue. Every panel has a background almost, and they're all packed in there. It's just the way they used to do it. I get it sometimes, and I like it. Most of the time, though, I generally prefer a bigger page, bigger picture. Shots like this. That's gorgeous. Panels that are open, that breathe, that don't feel tight and claustrophobic and overly stuffed with stuff. That's a lot of dialogue. I feel like the drawing should tell the story. Generally, probably more than the words should. You should, of course, have the dialogue. That's important. But I think older books tend to not strike that balance quite as well. And that's why you get them little tiny panels with like a face, and it'd be all packed full of stuff, and just too much going on in such a small zone. You got a lot going on in this, but you're taking up over half a page. So I don't know. It's less exhausting to try and slog through sometimes. I guess I like the lighter, more flashy side of the genre of the medium. Dr. Weird. Anyway, whenever I see these, you gotta get them. Portfolio and for stuff. Anyway, yeah, kind of maybe on the little bit lackluster side as far as like interior arts and stuff. And sometimes it's hard to burn your way through black and white. I know there was a time when black and white stuff was a deal breaker to me, and now it's, you know, as I've gotten older, it really doesn't matter. I still love a good color as long as it's that sweet spot of color that's not overly computer imaged and stuff like that. This kind of vintage coloring I really appreciate. But when you get into like the later 2000, I don't know, 2010s, 2011s, whatever, it gets too much for me. I like a simpler coloring scheme. Bold colors, but not like so. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's the overly digitalized color process bugs me. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, this doesn't bug me. This kind of coloring I like. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this, if you like comics like this, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys later.